Hello, welcome. My name is Sheep Thief, and today I'll be coming at you with some Dominion 6 multiplayer online gameplay. Welcome to this Dominion 6 YouTube Let's Play series. Well, here we are. And we have won. We did it. We won. Me big monkey. Ooh, me smart monkey. Ooh, ooh. Me biggest monkey, me beat other monkey. Okay. That was my celebration. Victory. You reign supreme. You are the Pantocrator. Your enemies are cast down, broken, dead, enslaved, or imprisoned. You are the sole author of fate. You summon the tides, dictate the seasons, give or withhold fortune and life, light up the sun at dawn, and quench its fires at dusk. All move according to your will. Endless eons pass. But then, at some unknowable time, there is a change. Something stirs in the void. You perceive something reminiscent of ancient longings and doubts you thought forgotten. Perhaps suggestive of a sight unseen or a tune unheard. What is this thing, this longing, this faraway fleeting enigma? You lift your presence from the world, ascend from the thrones, and rush into the void, racing after that receding, beckoning something. Borne on wings of absolute authority, you race further and further away, chasing that sole thing that you do not understand, still further away. Leaving the world behind you, it becomes a fleeting memory, a distant dream, a tune unheard, a sight unseen. Okay, so basically this is telling me to get a girlfriend in real life. I get it, Dominions. Alright, I'll work on it. Down on the world you left behind, old servants and enemies feel their chains loosen. Doors thought forever shut slowly creep open, and ancient things long thought dead stir. The thrones sit empty, but hungry eyes have turned their gaze upon them, sensing a new dawn. Yeah, so I need to get a girlfriend. Okay, I get it. You're right. You're right. But for now, we can take solace in the fact that we have indeed won this multiplayer game of Dominion 6. Celebrate with me, my friends. Celebrate with me. We'll view the history and reminisce. So we started here in Man, spread out. We had a good expansion. We got into the water. We pushed out. Yeah, see, this is year 0. We got really far. Pushing out into here, up to there. Year 1, there wasn't much violence. I remember I kind of was keeping an eye on Tianqi. Started taking land from Ulm because he was fighting Tianqi. You can see their war right here. Went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We got Tianqi. Okay, so this is going faster than I thought. It was in year 2 and 3 there was a power spike where I was able to take over Ulm's areas and then push into Tianqi while he battled Ulm. And then the stalemate began for about the second half of the game. This is a long game, over 80 turns. As you can see, the war with Pythium breaks out over here. The standstill with Erythia. And the war with Pythium was... I think he could have stayed in the game for sure. I think if these two had coordinated a little better and planned like a pincer movement, it would have been good. But in the end, we did get it. So this is the final thing. Now, it might be a little confusing to those who don't play Dominions, but this like sort of shaded area is not my territory. The flags are my territory. The shaded area is my Dominion. I sort of think they should change that and show the territory. To me, the territory is more important than the Dominion. But if Illwinter, the developers of this game, are watching this, then that is some feedback. But yeah, let's take a look at the final turn. We got Lichcraft. Continued to spam Seeking Arrows, Curse of Blood, Seeking Arrows. Here was the final Flames from the Sky. Far less effective than it was in the past. These Ether Warriors. So it seems like this spell is quite effective. But yeah, I think for this reason, to counter this, you want higher HP units, stuff like this. Yeah, so a lot of dead mages, that's for sure. How much are these Maguses worth? Nah, that's not that crazy. 2 Dadukos. Yeah, so I think there is sort of a limit to what Flames from the Sky can do, but I mean, this is basically everything down here that was lost somewhat. Oh, we got a Worm Mage. They're immortal. But yeah, I think this guy's relying on like a Turbo Communion. So it's good. It's good against that. Blood Slaves picking up. Yeah, so he's down to 171 down there. About half of his army is gone after these 2 castings of Flames from the Sky. So, but like I said, there's a limit there. This is just raiding, attacking places with our Wraith Lords. I see now, not just in theory, but now in practice, why Wraith Lords are quite excellent. These things, you just get them back. You can just throw them at people, and with like a little bit of gear, you could probably make them pretty much. You can make them pretty scary. Other than that, he broke through our fort right here with that army. And then here we claimed the Throne of Time, and as I suspected, I'm very glad that I did not claim that throne, because instantly, look at this, look at all this old age. I think if I'd claimed that earlier, it might have been game losing. I'm not joking. We'll go take a look at that throne so you know what I'm talking about. Under here, this throne, which I claimed like 2 turns ago, increases aging 100%. Now, it was tempting to do it because it's 5 Astral Pearls, which is a lot. Increases magic, Dominion gets magic, recruitment points plus 100, commander recruitment points plus 100. I'm kind of curious about that. 4. What about, like in man? Maybe it's just in that that province. But yeah, I think if I'd claimed that, I might have lost the game. For sure. I'm not joking. So that was a really good call on my part, if I may say. Now, I will do a video on Late Age Man, because I have a lot of opinions on them now. I will do, but for the rest of this video, I think I'm just gonna kind of talk about the game. I started out, I had a good start, I went scales. My scales are really good, and I think that's essential for late age man. And I think what I've learned, and I don't know if this would apply for against highly experienced players, but I would suggest for noobs or intermediate players to invest all the way up to Citadel in your forts, because one of the things that helped me was this ring of completely impenetrable castles. Like, they need a fat army, and then with the defenders, I actually don't quite know how they could mass an army big enough to get through this. Like, look at that. So yeah, I got kind of lucky in here. I beat Tianqi. I vultured on Ulm. And then let's just take a look at the graphs. Forget where that is. Score graphs. Yeah, that was everybody. So yeah, Tianqi and Ulm fell off. And then Pythium continued to grow, but Erythia started to fall off. As you can see, a lot of forts. Erythia went for forts as well, which I think ultimately was a mistake. Eco looking good. Gem Eco, I'm proud of this. I think my gem income was good. Blood income picking up. Look how jagged that is. Research, I think, is probably the key thing. I don't know what happened to Erythia here. Why did they fall like that? Oh, it's because he moved his army out. That's why. Dominion grew, but yeah, I think. And then army size continued to grow. Yeah, so those are the score graphs. I'm not entirely proud of this game. I'm glad I won, but I think it took me a little too long. I think I feel kind of bad for Pythium and Erythia because I should have dragged this out. By the way, if either of you guys see this video, hit me up in the comments or something, because I'd love to hear your perspective. Yeah, I think there are many ways that I could have done this better, but I'll talk about it a little more. Well, actually, what I'll talk about now is the late game in general, because I've never gotten to this late of a late game in a Dominions game. I think there are a few things I would just, like I guess I'll just do a few like principles that I learned. First, you want to get free units. This number of defenders was good, but I swear my income was higher than that the turn before. Maybe something about the game ending changed that, but the sooner you can get free units, the better. Like these Draconians, wherever they are, were really good. The Wraith Lords are really good. The Worm Mages are really good. The Vampires are really good. Anything that saves you money, you want to get sooner rather than later. These Corpse Constructs, I think I could have won the game way faster and been way more aggressive if I had a giant mass of these sooner. Now I had a huge boost in research, so I got access to like all of the fire royalty, this guy, all of the air royalty. So this is a little unrealistic, but I guess just in general, I think in my next game, if I get to another game where it's going late like this, I'll be better prepared, because I just sort of know some of the power spikes a little better now. What are some other late age principles? Yeah, big forts. Late game principles is what I meant to say. Get big forts that are hard to siege, because then you can just sit back and play the raiding game. Basically, I think I was playing it safe, and it's good to do that. To kind of sit back and bully your opponents. I think Pythium went AI because he was losing in the long run. He had great armies with foul vapors, scary armies. I never beat them. I never solidly beat one of his armies. But if you're ahead, you can sit back and bully them and play the raiding game as long as your forts aren't getting cracked. So that's one thing I learned. I think another thing is just like, if you have a ton of skill, like his bless was crazy. It had like etherealness and a bunch of crazy stuff for his hydras. I think if you have scales, don't and you're like, how am I gonna win this? Play it safe and try to win the. Don't take risks. Is I guess my advice. Now I think I took that too far, like I said, but yeah. Site search for sure. Like my gem income is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but for the late age, my gem income is pretty good, and I think it's because I sat there. There's a new feature now where you can just have these people auto site search, remote site search, and it does it automatically, so you don't have to do it every turn. I don't remember that being in Dominions 5, and so I just like turned that on with like air, earth, and fire, and each of those is pretty good. Another thing I kind of learned about is the globals. I almost feel like globals are potentially a trap. Like I put up Earthblood Deep. I think one of the reasons this went later is that I put up Earthblood Deepwell and Gale Gate, and they got dispelled. So maybe this sounds obvious to people, but put extra gems into those globals and just be careful about casting big ones like that. Because like right now I could afford to do both of those again, but when I did it, it was all my gems. So watch your timing on that. Probably do better than I did at actually spending your gems. I alchemized a lot. Honestly, this isn't too bad. That's about 2 turns worth of earth gems stacked up. I was using air gems a lot. I ended up using fire gems a lot. The death gems could have been another Wraith Lord maybe. Or do something crazier. Or liches. I just got liches. So yeah, okay. I'm not too sorry about my. I had a lot of worm mages too with these nature gems. Glamour gems I don't even know what to do with. So okay, I'm not too sad about my gem usage. Just a lot of summons. I never really had to dump a ton into like a fight. But again, that's just sort of it was my strategy, is to kind of sit back in a very cowardly way, but it is what it is. Sat back, used remote attacks. And then I guess that sort of leads into my final thing, is just remote attacks. Remote attacks are good. I think especially in the late age when everybody's a human. I think in the late age, if you're a Scales nation, forts heavy forts, heavy fort defense, and remote attacks certainly demoralize your opponents, and I think I was winning in the war of attrition because of them. What I'm really curious about, and why I wish I could talk to the other players, is I want to know how good the seeking arrows were, because I cast a lot of seeking arrows. It's like 3 or 4 air gems each time, so I don't know if that was good. I think it might not be. 3 dead mages for 12 air gems, maybe. So I don't know about the seeking arrow. I sort of liked it thematically, because man is a sort of longbow nation. It seemed fitting, and they're like walking behind these, or walking around these massive citadels. And I just imagine like a wizard enchanting an arrow and sending it flying at them as they're trying to like get through here. That's why I love this game. This game is awesome. Like if you have like a little bit of an imagination, this game will be your favorite game. I'm not joking. If you don't have an imagination, it's gonna seem dumb and the graphics suck. But if you have a bit of imagination, you imagine armies marching through here, the arrows flying at them, horrible spells going off. It's great. So, thank you for watching this this series. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll do a more detailed video on Late Age Man in general, but I need to prepare a little bit for that. I would say I'm so far from having mastered them. I'd say I've got some ideas, and I think that it's a weak nation, but in a way it's also kind of a crazy nation. I think there are few power spikes you can go for. I certainly don't think it's overpowered at all. There's a lot of luck for me this game too, but I think that's the case with every Dominions game. Like, you need a little bit of luck on your side. Like, it's a free for all, so you're not gonna have like a great win rate. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like Dominions. I play a bunch of other games too, so if you like any of them, take a look. And take care.